Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking all about my winter TBR. I really love matching some of my books to the season because I feel like it's just better to just be more immersed in the books. And I enjoy when, for example, whenever I was reading One Dark Window in the summer, I was like, I don't care about the book as much. I don't care about the ambience, even though the ambience was beautiful. And I read the second book in fall, which is, I think, the book sets in fall, so it was just the perfect experience. And after that, I will match all books to its season in a way. So I have in total for today's video 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I have 8 videos. 7 of them I have physically and 1 of them I don't have yet, and I would like to get it. Maybe we'll get it in the next vlog, we'll see. But yeah, I will talk about the 7 books now. I can show you the pile real quick before I talk about it. So anyway, the first book that I would like to get into is Mistress of Lies by K.M. Enright. I got this copy specifically from Illumicrate because I just got into their subscriptions. Oh no, I think these are like, I'm a few months in, but this comes in the post in the Illumicrate box and I am so excited. This book is about Shan. Shan is the daughter of the emperor, I think, and she, in order to protect the brother, she's been training her a whole entire life to take over the throne. So one day she killed the father. I don't think it's a spoiler, I read it in the blurb. So she killed her father and she took his place, which is now she's the empress. And then there's these other main characters, which is Isaac and Samuel. Samuel is like a bastard from a different country. No, Samuel is a bastard with a terrible gift. So pretty much he got drawn into this world of sorcery, magic, and vampire underworld and such. So he pretty much stumbled upon the first victim of this serial killer. And then that's, I think, where the story takes place. It's Samuel, Shan, and a mysterious royal worker, I think, blood worker, Isaac. So 3 of them are just on in this adventure to just find out who the killer is, I think, as far as I understand. Yeah. And then this is like the ending of every fantasy blurb in a way. It says Samuel, oh no, it's like this. But Shan's plans are treacherous, and as he lures Samuel into her complicated web of desire, treason, and vengeance, he must decide if the good of their nation is worth the cost of his soul. Honestly, very good blurb, and I'm so excited to read this. I don't know if I'm gonna read it next because I have other books that I have to read before this year ends, and I'm not gonna include it in this book or in this pile because I've talked about it before. If you forget, I will repeat. It's From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas, and Invisible Women by Caroline Criado Perez. So that's what I have to read December specifically, and this 8 books that I have is for just until February, March. So yeah, anyway, I want to show you this cover as well because it's so amazing. Not the cover, but the hardback itself. Let me take it out. Look at how beautiful it is, and the sprayed edges. This beauty guru style. Anyway, but it's so adorable. Not adorable, it's so cool, so pretty. And the end paper is so gorgeous. And the other end, I am so intrigued. So intrigued. I love books about vampires anyway, so when there is adult vampire book, I will always eat it up. So I'm excited to pick this one up. And the second book that I would like to get into this winter is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I've heard so many good things about this book. I just haven't picked it up. As you guys see, I tried picking it up. I think I'm on page 18, so not that far. And honestly, I don't remember anything about the start. I don't think much happened either, but I would like to just restart and reread the first 18 pages, which is fine. Sorry, I had to move the position a little bit because the lighting was getting questionable. But so we're talking about this, which is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So this book is about Emily, which is a Cambridge professor, and she is, all her life she's been researching about the Fae. families, which is, I think, called the Hidden Ones in this book. And so she went to this small island, which is not small island, small place, and like very cold. And there she's in general is a very introverted person, so she has no intention in befriending anyone in this town until she met her rival, which is Bumblebee, sorry. And they're just rivals, but slowly but surely, I think this is where the romance comes from. And besides that, I don't know much. I really don't know much, and I'm so intrigued in what I think about this book because so many people love it, and of course, if everyone loves it, I need to know what it's about. So I am excited to pick this one up, and I think the second book is out and the third book will be out this year. So I want to see if I can read fast and just catch up to the third book. So I'm really excited to read this one. The next book that I would like to read this winter is none other than Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring. I have never watched The Lord of the Rings. I've never watched The Hobbit. I read The Hobbit last year or this year, was it? I have no idea, but I read it and I still haven't watched the movie, the film. There's 3 films, I think. I still need to do that, but I thought before entering this like world, I just want to finish the book first. And I got this set for Christmas. I know it's not Christmas yet, but some people have already given me their gifts for me, and I got the book set of The Fellowship of the Ring. I was actually thinking of getting like the hardcover, the pretty ones, but I was like, I don't want to spend that money for a book that I don't know if I will love or not. But I have a good feeling that I will love it because I love The Hobbit. So I think I would really enjoy this. But so I think this book is so well known anyway that I need to talk about it. But I honestly don't know anything about the book. I just know that it's about a hobbit and they go to this adventure in the Middle Earth. I think it's called the place. And they just go through all these adventures, ups and downs. And I'm just thrilled, honestly, to get into this series in general because it's a very well-known one and I'm missing out. I need to read it ASAP, but I think I want to finish all 3 books in this winter. We'll see if I manage. Obviously, it is quite a thick book, I want to say. Yeah, it's quite thick, but it's also quite small, but the text is also pretty small. So I'll see how far I get in the 3 books, and if I don't manage to finish it by the end of this winter, I can always pick it back up in the fall, which honestly, I'm really excited. And another book, next book that I would like to read, but I don't have the physical book, is the second book of the Harry Potter series. I have the first book here, and the second book is called Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, I think. I don't know. I know nothing about the book. Same with Harry Potter. Before I got into the first book, I honestly don't know anything about it, and I got into it. But since the characters are so famous anyway on the internet, I can already depict them in my head, which is honestly kind of nice. So I don't have to like guess how they look like. If there's like a part where they describe how they look, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's quite like the perfect cast that they have in the movies. So I'm really excited to get into the second book / just continuing the series in general, because in 2025 I want to read the whole 7 books, and it's doable for sure. Based on the first book, it's such a fast read anyway that I'm really excited to just get into it ASAP. But second book, Chamber of Secrets. So the next book that I would like to get into, I wanted to get into this book this year, but I didn't have time, and I don't know why. The second book in this series just intimidates me a little bit because so many people were just like, oh, it's not as good as the first one. And the first one was a 5-star for me, so I'm just nervous what will happen with our characters. And it's Ruthless by Rebecca Ross. I know nothing about this. I just know the ending of the first book, and I think Divine Rivals talked enough that I don't need to get into it again, but it's just such an amazing, a beautiful love story in the middle of war. It's also such an easy, light fantasy book. There's not much politics / magic system that you have to get into. So if you are intrigued in the series, but you don't read fantasy really, I would 100% suggest you pick up Divine Rivals because it's honestly her writing style, Rebecca Ross's prose, just so lyric. I wouldn't say flowery, but it's just amazing. If I read the first book physically, I would definitely tab it and annotate it, but alas, I read it on my Kindle, so I didn't tab it, I didn't underline anything. I'm still debating whether I want to reread the first book and then get into the second book, or I just want to read the second book and then read reread the first book. I'm sure I'll let you know about this because I probably am gonna film it in a video anyway. So truly excited to pick this up finally because I feel like it's time. It's time. I've waited for almost a year, I think, to pick this one up. So I should definitely pick this one up very soon. Another book that I'm currently in the middle of. I wouldn't say I'm in the middle of because I read 10 pages of this. I think in the beginning of my last vlog, which is like reading Christmassy books for a week, I mentioned that I was currently reading this series and I'm on the third book. So I have not much to say really about the book because I know nothing about the book and I would like to get into it pretty blindly, and especially after the ending of the second book, I just need to know what happened. I tried to read it back in summer. It was whenever I finished reading the second book, but then it was just so wintry. I was like, okay, stop, have a little bit of patience and read it in winter. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm gonna read The Icebound Man. So yeah, I'm just really intrigued in reading and continuing this series in general. Other book that I'm actually in the middle of is Clockwork Angel. I had to pause it a little bit because I was focusing on the Christmassy books, but now that the Christmas books are done, I get to read what I want to read beside the 3 books that I have to read this year. And I am on chapter 12, and so far I really enjoyed it. But this book is about Tessa Gray, who got kidnapped in the beginning of the book by the Dark Sisters, and she has an ability to transform / shapeshift into someone else. The Magister, who runs the Pandemonium Club, wants her, and from that she tried to escape because obviously she doesn't want to meet this Magister, even though the Dark Sisters are preparing her to meet this Magister. And through that she met Will, which is a shadow hunter, and because of that she's now intertwined in the world of the shadow hunters, underworld, and through all this we're trying to figure out what she actually is, because she's not a shadow hunter because she has this shapeshift ability, but also the Silent Brothers couldn't find any demon blood on her. She's just pretty much in this world and she's fascinated with the shadow hunters world, and she is torn between, I think, James and Will. I can feel there will be like a love triangle in this series. I'm not really into love triangles, honestly, but I think this one I don't know. I've heard so many good things about the Infernal Devices, so I definitely want to check it out myself. The next book that I have on my TBR is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This book, I think, is about Rave and Khan. Rave is the assassin and Khan is the emperor. Is he the emperor? No, sorry. Khan is a dragon rider and Khan just lost his partner, so he's like dealing through grief, and meanwhile Rave has been imprisoned for some rebellious activities, and while Khan is trying to figure out what to do after losing his partner, he goes through this adventure, and at one point he found Rave, and I think that's where the adventure starts. And honestly, I don't know anything else about the book. I know that a lot of people love this and a lot of people say it's such a good book, and it's a book about fated mates in a way. So from that trope itself, I already know that I think I will thoroughly enjoy the book. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what's up with the book. And also the quote at the back, it says, "He's fire and brimstone, I'm shattered ice. I'll gladly burn beneath him until the world comes rumbling down." If that quote doesn't sell you, I don't know what will. But anyway, I am so excited to pick this one up. This one's a bit intimidating because it's very thick. I think it's 550 pages, but when I look at the back, I actually saw that there's a glossary, so I'm nervous. When a book has a glossary, you know it's a complicated world, so I will pick one up. It will be fine. I have the book and it will be good. So yeah, that is my winter TBR. And will I read all of them? Hopefully. I always make these TBRs, but I don't know if I have ever completed any TBRs. No, I have. I finished the TBR from the Christmassy vlog, and when I finish the 3 books that I have to read for this year, I will finish my yearly TBR for 2024. So wish me luck that I will finish all this wintry books that I would like to read this winter. Let me show you the pile again because honestly it's quite a lot. This is the pile. I am honestly so excited because I just love reading so much, and winter months, fall and winter, my favorite time to read books. So I'm really excited to jump into this. And I haven't heard many reviews with some of these, so I love getting into books when no one has reviewed it yet, because I feel like I will not be influenced by anyone in a way. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this rambly video of me just talking about the books that I would like to read in this season. And I will definitely film myself reading all this book in the upcoming vlogs, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, with that, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great wintry season and season of reading. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!